My new article is called Rise of the Super Kenyans. My name is Benson, spelled BNSN. I'm a dot producer, I'm a professional writer, and I'm also 9,500 and something days old as of today. I'm here to break down my new article. It's called Rise of the Super Kenyans. Let's get into it. Being a dot producer means that I think professionally, and just because I can think, I can be able to create anything. And I decided to use that platform to channel my creativity into writing. So as long as I'm writing, I'm thinking and I'm being creative. So my goal right now is to draw attention to dot production. As the world's first dot producer, I want to show people that they can make a career just off thinking. How I became a professional dot producer is I was just thinking, about what I can do with my abilities as a person. And everybody can think. So I was thinking about thinking, and I decided to turn it into a professional thing. And that's how I ended up here, man. Right now, I've been a dot producer for the last 6 months. And guess what? This shit works, man. I said I'm 9,500 and something days old, right? So the way I count my days is because as long as you're alive, you gotta make your days count. So the way I count my days, I just have to check my calendar and travel back in time to when I was born. And when I do the math, it adds up to like 9,500 something days. The essence is to make every day count as long as you're alive. Start counting your days, man. My new article is called Rise of the Super Kenyans. I wrote this article just to capture the essence of what makes everybody who lives on this land a Kenyan. It's something we can identify with all as Kenyans. There are those things that we have in common. And Rise of the Super Kenyans, the article is just about capturing that essence, bringing it to life so people can identify and pick up who they are for the things that make us all Kenyans to the extreme. That's who Super Kenyans are. What I like about this article, Rise of the Super Kenyans, is the fact that I was able to communicate all the basics that make us all Kenyans. So if you're a Kenyan and you're out there and you're looking for the things that you have in common with the person next to you, this article you can relate to it because it captures what you have in common with the next person. I like that about this article, but I also like the way I was able to, communicate this in a funny way. If you read the article, you realize that I incorporated some humor into it. There's some jibby jab. I'm trying to come at you, but I'm also trying to congratulate you for being, a super Kenyan. So it's about balancing the good and the bad to come up with a narrative that you can resonate with. If you can relate with this, you're a super Kenyan. Congratulations. What I want people to do when they read this article is just to, start thinking about their identity. You gotta think about your identity, and your identity is influenced by the place you come from. So if you start thinking about all the things that make us Kenyans, then you start to realize we have a culture that we can identify with, we have a culture that we can resonate with, we have a culture that brings us all together, we have a culture that talks about what we are capable of and the things we do. So I want eventually people to think about their identity. Your position in life will come to light when you read this article because you will start thinking about identity and about who you are. That's the goal of this article. The best way to read this article is when you're chill. The best way to read this article is also when you're going through some self-reflection. The best time to read this article is when you're trying to figure out things and figure out where you stand and your position in life as a person. So it all starts by narrowing down to your physical location in time and space. If you can relate with the land, then you can start picking yourself up from there. So as long as you're going through this process of discovering yourself, you gotta know where you are, where you come from, and how you relate with the person next to you. So the best state of mind to be in when you read this article is that state of mind of curiosity, of trying to discover who you are. In this article, I'm collaborating with another writer. Her name is Aisha. Her full name is actually Aishwarya Srinagesh. She's one of the writers I've had a chance to write with as a collaborator. When I wrote the article back in May, it sat on my laptop for like 3 months up until August. And I was just trying to think about what else can we do to this article to make it more relatable to more people. And I decided to check in with her, sent her the article. She liked it. Her reaction was like she was laughing, and she told me she needed a few days, to think about the article, to read it, and to see what she can come up with. And then eventually she was able to send me her own thoughts about the super Kenyan culture. So that's how it came about, and she was able to bring a whole new perspective to this article. And it's amazing what she was able to do because she brings that perspective that is beyond me, only because she's a lady, but also because she's exposed to different places in Kenya and around the world, and decided to incorporate that perspective into this article so it can be more relatable to more Kenyans. That's how it came about. I like to call myself a contemporary writer or a contemporary creative participating in modern literature, and the reason I say that is because I am involved with actually coming up with narratives for this generation. What I'm trying to achieve is just communication. I want to communicate the highest ideas available to humanity to everybody out there who cares to read and watch my stuff. I feel like we've been missing out on this esoteric information that it can be of much benefit to all of us if we pay attention to it. We gotta look inside of ourselves, and I've been able to tap into a frequency that allows me to, to get this information out there. As I write, I'm trying to incorporate the message of higher vibration, higher frequency, interdimensional information. That's what I'm trying to do with these words when I write, when I communicate. So that's what I'm trying to achieve eventually. My source of inspiration when I write comes from life itself. I know this sounds corny, but yeah, life is the biggest platform we have to be creative. And when I think about myself and my position in life, and also the position of my people in life, I get inspired to come up with articles, essays, and contentainment that is uplifting. So that's my inspiration. My desire is to see everybody occupy their rightful position in life, and I'm hoping I can inspire people to do that when they read my articles. That's what I want, and that's my main inspiration. The kind of people that like to read my articles must be people who have a good sense of humor, people who can resonate with existing or living in this generation, people who are always looking for content that they can relate with, so it can be something that people can read and relate to as they continue to live life in this generation.